Hey friends, I'm Heidi with Heavenly Minded Home, and as a Christian wife and mom, a pastor's wife, a homeschool mom, being in ministry full-time, honestly, just life in general, I think we have a lot that we go through in each and every season of life, regardless of whatever we're facing. And so with the fall kind of feeling in the air, this new season that we're going into, I was thinking a little bit about some of those things that, you know what, in this next season, I'd like to focus on those, and I would really like to improve in these areas of my life. So I'm gonna share with you the top 10 things that I wanna work on and improve this fall for myself and those the Lord has put into my life. And I'd love to hear about you guys. What is it that you would like to work on that I could be lifting you up in prayer for? So I've got a cup of tea. If you wanna get yourself something cozy to drink and come join me, let's talk about these things. Friends, I'm so glad you all are here to join me. We have videos that come out each and every day, and we've been talking a lot lately about just a lovely life, and we study biblical womanhood every summer. If you guys are interested and you'd like to get in and study as well, I'll link it down below. But looking more into this, this area of the more we understand God's will and design for our lives, the lovelier life truly does become, and these things work hand in hand. And so we've got our series that we're doing in our membership group, the HMH Collective, starting here this next Monday, where we're going to be looking at how to cultivate this lovely life. And so if, again, that's something that interests you, I'll leave some information down below, and we can link the video right up here. But I was thinking about this today. My husband and I just got back from date day, where I got my super cute little cup here. I'm a sucker for a 50-cent China cup. And we were on our way home. He picked me up some new chamomile honey tea, and I was just thinking about what to share with you guys today. And I think there's something about a fresh new season coming in that just has you feeling that, what is it in my life that maybe could use some attention, right? I think spring cleaning, we go, oh, 'tis the season, let's clean everything out real well. And the fall just has me feeling the lovely, the cozy. We shared a series last month about preparing our hearts and our homes for the cozy season, which again, you guys can get that video right up there if you want to learn more. But I was thinking about that and talking about that with my husband on our date day. And I said, you know what? Thinking about this, these are 10 things that have really been on my heart that I want to put a little more focus and attention to this fall here in this season, to really just not only be the best version of me that I could try to be with the Lord's strength, through the Lord's guidance, but to maximize the most of the season, the most of my life and all that the Lord has put around me. So let me take one more sip of this tea and let's get into these 10 things. The first thing I want to improve on would be my Bible time, but slow reading time. I think quite often I have a purpose, a reason, be it homeschool with our kids in the Bible study we're doing, or maybe it's preparing for something in our collective where I'm pulling together scripture and putting things together to share with you guys, or it's a sermon series I'm working through, or something we're doing with church or something like that. But I really was thinking about it, and especially with these cooler mornings, it's beautiful outside here in Western North Carolina. I love sitting down with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and really just having that slow Bible time. No set plan, no, as much as I love them and I think there's a time and a place for them, sometimes it's nice to just sit down, read at your own pace, wherever the Spirit directs, and just soak it all in. I'm not trying to break down every word. I'm not trying to hit a certain, page count or anything like that. Just slow, intentional reading time. I want to have more of that in my days this season. The second thing I really want to improve on in this next season would be intentional conversations. I feel this is kind of silly to say because I spend most of my time talking on YouTube every day. But I was really thinking about this with my kids, especially as they're all getting older. I mean, this year we're going to have, we've got one kid just turned 19. We've got another one getting ready to turn 13. We've got a 10-year-old, a 5, almost 6-year-old. And just seeing all the conversations that our kids long to have, I want to focus on getting more intentional conversation time. But then I also think of those in our church family, right? We talk with one another, we converse on, Sundays. I see posts that they leave in our church group for prayer or different questions or different things. And we stop and we pray and we think of things, whatever, but intentional conversation. Even with those, we have in our membership group, we have like a private community where we can chat and comment. We've got our own little message board, and to have those conversations where you truly get to know someone, you truly discuss something. I love that so much. And to slow down in life a little bit and get to have more of that, that's definitely something I'd love to see more of this season. Now, the third point that I'm really excited about is with it getting dark so much earlier, I am ready, more than ready, to improve on getting to bed a little bit earlier. Maybe a bit earlier. Now, in summertime, we usually let the kids stay up a bit later. We stay up a bit later. It's lighter outside. We're doing things. And I am so ready to make our bedtime, move it up a notch, and really just have these slower, quieter, cozier nights. Take advantage of this. I know sometimes we can get so down because it is getting dark so much earlier, but I think there's something cozy about that, about having our stuff done a little bit earlier, not trying to work to the very last drop of sunlight, but getting outside, getting everything done and ready. I have my simple home systems put into place so we can take care of what we need to take care of, and then we're ready to cozy up. We're ready to relax. I'm ready to, make everybody a cup of tea. We're ready to curl up together, maybe watch something. And that is something that I am really looking forward to with the next season here. Now, my fourth point might sound a little silly, but hear me out. This season, I really want to get more organized, but with less to do, okay? I've really noticed, especially since just ministry work has picked up and things that we're doing and different stuff, that over the years of doing this stuff, 5.5 years here on YouTube, over 4 years in a ministry with our church, A&P Home Ministries, and there's lots of things that we've kind of picked up and started doing for different reasons and different purposes, and all well-meaning, but I started getting really overwhelmed at all these things that I somehow have to make happen. And my to-do lists are always huge. They're always growing. And honestly, I took them the other day and I just threw them all away, because it was like the mountain of the to-do list it was too much. And so I want to be organized. I want to be together. I want to see the things that are really those impactful things that I really, after going to prayer and talking with my spouse and talking with my children about and saying, hey, I think these things are important for my time to be spent on. But then there's a lot of stuff that just in this season, I don't think it's making the cut. And that's because I have to make sure I have my priorities in order, right? My walk with the Lord, my marriage, my children, my home, before trying to give and pour into all of the other buckets. And so getting more organized with what it is that I do need to do, because I like to be efficient and impactful, right, with the things that I do. And we can always talk more about that. If you guys would like to know how I do it, I'm happy to share. Just leave me a comment down below. But also at the same time, really minimizing down what that list of to-dos really includes. Because I don't want to just be giving and giving and giving everywhere, especially winding into this cozier season. I want to be able to pull in a little bit and not feel spread thin. Now, for all of the to-dos that can't just get taken off the list, the fifth thing here would be to focus on some impactful outdoor projects. I know I have a surgery coming up this winter. It'll be okay, nothing major, but it's gonna have me down for a while. And so that means that this fall, we have to really stop and look around and say, okay, what are some of those projects that need to be completed before winter time around the old homestead here? we need to make sure that we're being intentional and hitting those impactful tasks that we have around here. We love having the animals that we're tending to, growing our flock, having, the chickens and all of the sheep and the dogs and the cats and all of the different things that we have, and seeing that grow. But that in just simply maintaining our 8-acre property, which again isn't the biggest property in the world, but it's still a handful. There's a lot of those things that just need to get tackled. And honestly, I love a good project. I love the getting it done and making our outdoor space more useful and more beautiful and getting to do all of that. And so looking at this next season, looking at the things that, not just busy work and like superficial projects and things like that, but what are those things that need to get done and need to get tackled? Let's put those on our list. Let's get them done and make a big impact. Number 6 on my list here is something that, honestly, if you guys have any ideas or you just want to join me in prayer on this, what we put out here on YouTube is really important to us. It's really important to us on a few different levels. One being, it's how we meet so many of you, and to serve you and our family, to encourage and equip others. That's our prayer. That is our goal here. And then to see the people that trickle over into either a membership group, into the church, into our co-op, in all the different ways that we get to connect with people and serve. And that is just so incredibly important. And then it's how we make, off of the ads, we do make a little bit of money off of that. And it's how we pay our bills and afford the things that we need to take care of and to do this, because we do trust the Lord to provide all that we need so that we can serve you all full time. And sometimes the content can be difficult. It can be difficult to find because there is that line of the YouTube algorithm and understanding what you all want and making the right stuff to do that, but then ultimately trusting that the Lord is going to lead us to put out exactly what it is that He desires of us and what He wants to see on this channel, and being able to know and understand that, yet put it together so that way it does get seen and it can go out. It's quite a tricky balance. There's a lot to it. We know God's got it, but we have to do our part too in the serving and the working. And so seeking content inspiration is something I'm really hoping to get to improve on in this season, to really take to prayer and be thoughtful about. And so if there's something you guys, ever feel like, oh, hey, I'd love to see this, comment down below. If there's somebody else's channel that you're like, you should check this out, this could give you some inspiration, leave me a comment down below. If you guys wouldn't mind just joining me in prayer, sharing the video with friends is a huge help. If it can go and serve someone else and you share it with them, when you comment and you like and all of the great things, you hit subscribe, you turn on the bell notifications, it really does help our family ministry here so much. And we truly, truly appreciate you all for it. But I want to keep seeking that inspiration. I want you guys to feel like when you pop by here each day, it does feed your soul a little bit. I want you to feel, to leave feeling a little more encouraged, a little more equipped to tackle whatever it is that the Lord puts before you in your life that day. That's our prayer, and that's what we hope we're doing. And so seeking a little more just inspiration in that area is something that I definitely want to improve on this fall. The 7th thing that I really want to focus on and just improve on in this next season would be date days with deep conversation. My husband and I were really, really good at this, where we have a standing doctor's appointment every other week. And so we were taking time after that to go and have date day together and really get to sit and talk about the ministry and life and marriage and the kids and just all of the things. And we're coming up on 20 years of marriage next spring, and kind of thinking about what, all of the pieces, right, coming together. And we kind of got out of rhythm of that a little bit this summer. Just finances and things just kind of didn't allow for us to, kind of take that extra. And so we've been kind of getting back into it here lately, and it's been so nice. And we've just been really busy. It's been a busy summer, lots going on, lots of things, but being able to take this time to go out and have date day, even if it's like today, we did appointments, we ran some errands, we did some other things, but getting in more of just that conversation time. We love doing everything together as a family, but having even an hour to sit down together, have a meal, maybe share a glass of wine, and have a conversation about life, right? About the deep stuff, about those things, uninterrupted, just the two of us together. I want to make sure that we are being intentional with that in this season and really focusing on that time with one another. The 8th thing here that I would really like to work on and improve on this next season is one-on-one trips with each of our kids. Again, we've got 4 kids from 19 down to 5. And something that happens, I think, when you have multiple kids is sometimes it's difficult to get that like one-on-one time where it's just the 2 of you, or maybe 3 with dad as well, but to get that time together. I had to run to the grocery store this morning early before we left. I got home from one doctor's appointment. We were getting ready to leave for another doctor's appointment. And then in between, it was like we're out of something. Nobody else was awake yet. And I just grabbed my oldest daughter and we went off and kind of made a loop through the store, grabbed the things that we needed to. And it was just such a nice time to have that and to talk with her and see, just the young woman she's growing up to be. And I don't know, just get that one-on-one time. And so being intentional about taking, one day a week, there's usually 4 weeks in a month, and saying, hey, this date, it's date day. Me and you, or me, you and dad, we're going to go out and we're going to do something together. It can be simple. It could be running down to the coffee shop. It could be walking around the park. It could be doing something very simple, but having that one-on-one time together where it can be special with just us and them, that's something I want to definitely improve on and start implementing in our home with our kiddos. Next would definitely be deeper, focused prayer time. I feel like this is something that all of us probably have dealt with, let me know, where life gets busy. And yes, I pray every morning the moment my eyes come to consciousness. Lord, thank you. You gave me today. Bless today. I pray for you all. I pray every single night. Lord, whoever you put this in front of, let it be something that blesses them. I see so many of your comments with specific prayer requests, the ladies over in the collective group and those in our church and in the co-op, and we lift you guys up in prayer by name, and of course our own things in our own life for provision, for direction, for strength, for guidance. I pray for the people who leave the nasty, mean comments all over our YouTube page as well, so they get lots of prayer from me too. But I don't know. I think there's a difference sometimes between, I know the Lord hears our hearts and it's the heart that it comes from, but sometimes there's the prayers that are just I feel like they're the fast food prayers. You know what I mean? Where you're going and you're doing the things and you're going from one spot to the other and I'm praying for them, I'm praying for them, I'm praying for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I also feel like there's a little bit of a difference between the fast food prayers and the sit down restaurant prayers. You know what I mean? The ones where I can sit down. I can truly sit in the closet, right? My prayer closet, my whatever, and just have that time of just going before the Lord. I love doing that, walking out around our property and just sitting out and by the creek or, leaning up against the tree with the breeze blowing and just truly seeking the Lord. And that's definitely something that I want to improve on this fall. Deep, focused prayer time. And last but not least, I really want to get better, get more focused, more intentional on living out the lovely. You guys know I keep talking about this because I really do think it is so important. And looking around and just going, what are those things that we know we'd love to do as a family, as a couple, as individuals? What are those things that we keep saying, well, maybe one day, right? Maybe one day we'll get to that. It always gets put onto that back burner. Why not today? I'm not promised tomorrow. I don't know what the future may hold. I have no idea. Why not seize the day a little bit more? We want to go on a hike today? Let's go on a hike today. We want to let's go do that. I'm not talking about acquiring possessions or just spending a lot of money or anything like that, but seeking those little moments when I go, man, you know what, today, It is beautiful. I can't even properly capture it on the camera how gorgeous it looks right now with the sun coming through the trees, and they're starting to thin as the leaves are falling and the breeze is blowing and my wind chimes are up here, right? All these little details that I'm like, I'm gonna come sit outside with a beautiful cup of tea and do this video with you guys because this is so lovely. And I could be inside and I could be busy and occupied and doing all the things, or I could just say, you know what, I'm gonna come sit out here and do this. And after I get done talking to y'all, I'm just gonna sit out here and finish my cup of tea and enjoy soaking in this lovely, because I think that we need to live it out. We can talk about it, we can do it. Again, that's why we have that course that we're doing this month. If you guys wanna join us, it's linked down below, to truly cultivate a lovely home inside and out, because we all deserve to have a lovely life. But we can talk about it, we can think about it, we can theorize about it, but then there's the living it out, the doing it. And I want to make sure that we're being intentional with that this fall, for ourselves, for our marriage, for our children, for our ministry, for all of it. So friends, those would be the top 10 things that I really want to get intentional with this fall, this next season, to really look at these and say, you know what? These are areas that I would really like to improve as just a follower of Christ, as a wife, as a mom, to serving our church, serving you all, friends, family, whatever it is that the Lord puts before me. These are the things that I really do want to work on and be intentional with. And so you guys will have to come and join me, of course, in the videos that come out each and every day as we work through these things. And let me know down in the comments below, what are some of these things that you're like, either, you know, it sparked a something, or you went, you know what, maybe that's something I could work on, or maybe there's something that's really been weighing on you and you just need a friend to come alongside and said, yeah, let's tackle that this season. Let's work on that. Let's really just pray for the Lord to grow us in that area and open that up as we seek the lovely each and every day, living heavenly minded and all to the glory of God. So hopefully this can be something that encourages you here today. I'm gonna sit out here and enjoy this, I'm telling you, this like beautiful breeze and the leaves and all of it, have my cup of tea, and I will see you all right back here tomorrow. But let me leave you with a little something else that I think you'll enjoy. Bye, friends.